this first episode, you will see us take the newly expanded Las Vegas team. Yes, the Las Vegas Diamonds is the team I guess randomly decided to pick for our expansion. We also have our rival expansion team, the St. Louis team. I forget their name. I think they were the Spirits or something like that, something super random. But in my last series, last year, we were an Eastern Conference expansion team. We were a Kansas City team, but now we are bringing a team to Las Vegas. And yeah, hopefully everything is okay. So make sure you do like this video. If you do like this video, I'm hoping I didn't mess up with the sort of making all of this. But again, like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to comment down below, because commenting in this series is what's super duper important. It's what makes this series a series. What you comment down below is what I do. It's our league. It's our team. So make sure you stick around till the end of the video to see sort of the things we need to get done, or maybe even just go into the description or look in the comments to if you're, I guess, trying to fall asleep and don't have time. But in this expansion draft, every year so far, I've only allowed teams to protect 6 players. So as you can see, the teams and their protected players, I think in a regular expansion draft, it's some crazy numbers, like 10 players. They can protect like 10 players, which obviously if I did that, it wouldn't be very interesting or fun to do these expansion drafts with you guys. So I decided to only make them 6, and I've been doing it every year for every 2K, and I think it makes it a little bit more exciting because we get a lot of interesting picks on what teams, players they want to keep, and also we can also get a couple of good players here and there, which is also pretty fun. Also, because we're sharing an expansion draft, it's kind of hard to get some better players because you're sharing a draft with another team. Now again, like I said, this is our team. This is the Our League series. So again, make sure you guys, I guess, have any suggestions on what we should do. What I mean by that is, trading players, signing players, drafting players. Give me an idea of what you guys want to see on this team, how you want to see this team build, and I'll try to do my best to do, as many of the suggestions down in the comments. So yeah, just now finishing up to the protected players. Now we have the draft. Now with the draft, again, I actually don't know if we always get the first pick, but we have the first pick in the expansion draft, which is pretty good. We have a lot of interesting things to look at when looking through the draft. As you can see, some teams had some interesting picks on players they wanted to protect. First off, starting out with an all-star in Chris Middleton, and also a legend in himself, Russell Westbrook. But when we are creating this team, letting you guys know I am drafting this team by myself, and then in the next video, number 2, that's when you guys will get to take control and see what else we can do. But in this video, I'm going to be taking control, starting to build a team off, and obviously really looking for young talent. I'm hoping for this to be, a couple episode series. Obviously taking young talent, high upside is what I'm looking for, and there are actually some good ones here, like obviously DeAndre Hunter. That's probably where you start first, and even PJ Washington, another really good young player, pretty reliable contracts as well. But I think with the first pick of the Las Vegas Diamonds, I gotta take DeAndre Hunter. That dude is a starter. That dude is a really great defender, already being very young, has a lot of two-way upside. And then we also have to wait because it does a sort of like serpentine style of draft, so they get 2 and 3, and then I get 4 and 5. And obviously, it being a CPU, they're just gonna take the best players available, so they're gonna have a pretty good starting team. But for me, I'm building for the future, and I think definitely getting again another very high upside player in PJ Washington is very nice. I also know he has pretty high potential as well, so that's also going to be really good for us. But yeah, I think it's a really good start to the team. Now again, there are some other really good players on here, like of course Russell Westbrook and Alex Caruso, but again, really need to take into the fact of, building for the future, needing cap space. And would you look at this, talking about needing cap space, the Kings have left us Davion Mitchell, a guy who is on his still very beautiful rookie contract, which is the most beautiful contract in the NBA. It's a 4-year super low this is just a steal of some picks here. Now I'm not gonna try to make such a bad team. I'm gonna try to even it out to not look like I'm just tanking the entire season away, which is obviously what I want to do. But still trying to find some good average players. Trying to find some bigs to build through. I think Nicholas Claxton, that's a pretty good young big to help out with the team again for potential starter. Definitely a good bench piece later on in the series if that does come to be. There's another one with the Jason Tate. Obviously Tate being, I think, all rookie second team, I think, last year. Or maybe even the year before. I know he was on roll rookie second team, still a very young player on a really good contract. I'm definitely going to pick him up for sure, for sure. He's a hard worker, so that's going to be perfect for our team. Man, there's just so much going on. So like I said, when trying to find and filling out the roster, needing a 2-guard, we did find there Alexander Walker from the Pelicans. Definitely a guy with some upside there at the 2-guard position. So, hey, you know what? Like I said, I am just looking for young pieces to build through, good role players for later on in the season, or some great trade bait for us is also going to be really important. But when thinking about trade bait, we obviously are going to need, some players with some higher contract and prices, so I can match up through trades if I wanted to do trades. Marco Fultz really interests me because it's a good tradable contract to match with people, but it's still a little bit too long of a contract, so I think I'm actually going to go with a veteran guard here in Ricky Rubio. Again, trying to make this sort of realistic. Having some veterans around these young guys is actually probably a really good idea, so snagging a guy like Ricky Rubio I think is a really good pickup there. Also, again, when I was thinking about that, Danny Green, also a very, good contract. It expires at the end of this year, and also a really good veteran to have a piece around these guys, these young guys. Let's see, what else do we need? I think I do need some bigs. Cam Johnson's actually really interesting player we could probably pick up, but for some reason the Suns never re-signed Cam Johnson, so I can actually probably sign him in free agency maybe. Man, this team is actually looking really good. I think I do need a little bit more veteran leadership though. We do have a champion in Danny Green, a really good scrappy big there. Ooh, JaVale McGee. You know what? I think I might go JaVale McGee. It is a 1-year deal. And again, a good veteran big, multiple time champion. That might be the go-to. I'm really liking the team. I'm really liking how this team is looking. I'm not gonna lie. Now, of course, we don't have a future star on our hand. I mean, DeAndre Hunter is a good player with some upside. Same thing with PJ Washington, Davion Mitchell, but definitely not guys I can really build a franchise around. So that'll come. I'm hoping through free agency or trades, drafting, etc. But yeah, I think so far we have a good set core of young players. Right now, I'm just basically picking up young guys with, really high potential, long contracts, just basically filler guys for the rest of the roster. But talking about the roster, again, you guys have any suggestions on what we should do if you are very, knowledgeable about the free agency? Now, of course, could I just sign a bunch of the best players in the NBA and instantly turn this to a title team? Yes, but again, I kind of want to slow cook this, kind of make it somewhat realistic, you know what I mean? I don't want to just, again, sign, James Harden and Kyrie Irving at the end of the year and then end the series, so trying to make this a little fun, as long as I can. You also saw there that I did add the current NBA draft class, so some really good young guys in the NCAA college games that could maybe come to this team next season if we do suck, which we probably will, because as you can see, our roster is pretty trash, not gonna lie, but I think that's the point. I think I did make this team also very, well, maybe not very, definitely somewhat competitive. I think we have a lot of good young scrappy players with Davion and DeAndre Hunter, PJ Washington. I really like the young guys we have. And again, I think really my plan, or at least what I would like to happen, is definitely sign these younger guys to longer term deals and then build stars around them. Kind of like, I don't know, like a Brooklyn Nets team, a Toronto Raptor team, a team where I just have a lot of really good set pieces in place. You drop in a superstar or two, and then you really make these guys into title contenders. So that's definitely my sort of plan for this rebuilding that me and you are doing. But then again, I'm just setting it up for you guys for the video next Sunday. Here are the home jerseys, by the way. They're just looking really dope. I actually really like this pre-made team that I found. I actually didn't really know what team I was going to pick for a little bit there, but decided to go with Las Vegas. Another thing I'm really proud of is the beautiful contract little scenario we're in. We're going to have, I think it says down there, yeah, $70 million in cap space for next free agency. So again, you guys got to help me out with what we got to do with it, and also for trading and things like that. We can absorb a lot of money through trades, so we're going to have a little bit of fun time and a lot of options at the end of the year. So not only building through trades, but also free agency as well, with being sort of a nice destination in Las Vegas. Obviously building through draft, and like I said before, a lot of really interesting players that are going to be coming out this year, especially Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga, or even a couple of more of the blue blood schools like Duke and Kentucky. Some of their guys are also have a lot of upside, and we're definitely going to need to take a look at them because we are ranked basically last in all of the power rankings for this upcoming year. But hey, I think we will actually surprisingly be not the worst team. I think we might not be the worst team, but then again, we're just going to have to try to find that out. So definitely not a great start to the season, as you can see there. Just a couple of things, like I said before, I'm going to be doing in this first episode. I just re-signed Nicholas Claxton to a long-term deal. It's only like a $7 million-ish deal, so nothing that's going to break the bank in the future, but also pretty fair. Obviously, I could get him a lot less probably if I tried really hard, but again, kind of want to make this somewhat realistic. And also with PJ Washington, only can give him a 3-year deal. Kind of give him, a pretty hefty amount, but again, trying to make this somewhat realistic, but also being fair, So I think those are two really good contract extensions. Not gonna lie, I feel like those guys could even stick around for the long haul, maybe. Also for the standings, you guys are gonna notice that yes, this is a fully healthy league. I didn't go and take out Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. and all the injured guys because this is a fantasy league. This isn't sort of like a realistic, like in real life season. This is just a fantasy season. The St. Louis Spirits are definitely looking like a pretty hefty team. They are insanely deep because of the draft, and also pretty top heavy actually, with having an all-star Chris Middleton, Russell Westbrook. That team is actually kind of scary, not gonna lie. They actually built a pretty good squad, the CPU, but when taking a look at the bottom feeders, like I said, I bet you we wouldn't be the worst team, but we're almost there. Now again, I didn't want to just make a super terrible team, which I definitely could have done, and just tank the entire year. I wanted to get, some promising young guys, but also be bad enough to get a good draft pick, but also be competitive, you know what I mean? I tried to make it kind of realistic, so, yeah. Taking a look at the league leaders, and the NBA, and then also taking a look at the stats for our team. PJ Washington actually leading our team in scoring. Nothing too surprising there. We also have something that is surprising is DeAndre Hunter in his scoring. He's actually turning into a little bit more of a better scorer than I thought he would. Then we have a couple of other random guys, not random guys, but a couple of our other random pieces here. Davion Mitchell kind of being a little bit of a disappointment and being the point guard. I wish he could, do a little bit more on the scoring, offensive, facilitating end of the court. But again, he is just mostly known for being a scrappy defender. So can't be too mad at him at that. Oh, and also showing you guys I'm not like simulating to tank. I don't know if that's even a thing, but no, I'm not. This is just a completely just clean slate NBA2K simulation. So, man, this is definitely going by pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie, but just like that, season 1 is done and over with. Hopefully, you guys think I built a good enough team for you guys to sort of take over in the next episode, but I think I did a pretty okay job. When taking a look at some of the awards, are we going to get one? Yes, we do. We get PJ Washington a Most Improved Player award, obviously going from, the Charlotte Hornets to, being the #1 option basically on a team in Las Vegas. Definitely looking pretty promising for him, and I'm really happy that we actually got an extension with him because, again, like I said, but definitely become a very good player for our bench in the future, or maybe even start. I don't know. Yeah, obviously we didn't make it the playoffs, which is definitely a good thing. Hopefully we get a good enough draft pick this year. Obviously it's up in the air for the odds or to fall in our favor, but even more impressive. Again, our rival expansion team, the St. Louis Spirits, are the second seed in the East. So, man, obviously they are going to be ahead of schedule compared to us because they did get such a good draft with, again, I don't know how the Bucks let Chris Middleton walk and the Lakers let Russell Westbrook walk. It's so crazy. But, you know, it is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbled. When I started this simulation, I'm not going to change anything or cheat it out. Taking a look at the plans, it looks like we have the Raptors, the Knicks, the Warriors, and the Blazers making it to their, I guess, series. And no really big upsets, really. I mean, the Blazers lost in the first round, no biggie there. And Denver lost to the Timberwolves, which is pretty wild. And then, again, the Spirits making it out of the first round, and they make it to the conference finals. Oh my god. The Spirits are definitely walking all over us, being their rival team. That's pretty bad, but looks like here we have the Westbrookless Lakers going all the way to the conference finals, looking pretty good against the Timberwolves, which I'm sure they'll probably win. And the Timberwolves beating out the Warriors, which, how the heck did that happen? It's a fully healthy Warrior team. I didn't touch them. Clay and Wiseman are back. That's super weird. And you got to be kidding me. So you're telling me this team with Middleton, Kemba, and Westbrook can beat Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks? Well, I guess that team doesn't have Chris Middleton, so actually, you know what? That does kind of make a lot of sense. There's no way that the rival team wins a title in the first year. Oh my god. Well, if we're keeping a score, I guess it's 1 championship to our none. I think we definitely need to try to outbeat them, because wow, they actually drafted a really good team, and they're doing pretty good so far. Obviously winning the title. But now it's the off season, and now it is our season. It starts now. So, taking a look at what draft pick we're gonna do, we have the third best odds in the entire NBA. And guys, please have a look at what happens to us. The 7th pick jumps all the way to top 4. The 8th pick jumps, and then the 7th pick jumps. 2 picks back to back jump into the top 4. So that means obviously us having the worst odds then available, dropping all the way down. We have them going, I think, the 3rd best odds, basically out of the top 5. That is just literally the worst luck I've ever seen. I've never seen back-to-back picks jump into the top 4. That is just unrealistic as heck, but you know. We just got what we got, and we have the number 6 pick in the draft, so we tanked. Well, we didn't tank, we had a terrible season, and only a top 6 pick. That definitely sucks. Another thing I did was get a new head coach, which I don't think really affects a whole lot of anything. And taking a look at some of the draftees that we have to choose from, again, you can suggest a player down in the comments, or again, if you guys want to trade the pick, that's another big suggestion, which obviously knowing now we only have the 6th pick might be a good option. I'm not too sure how well these guys sort of develop over the years, besides Holmgren and even the guy from Duke. I forget his name's like Paolo or whatever. I know he develops pretty well, but yeah, just let you guys see what we have going on here with the salary cap. A lot of salary room, a lot of trade options, but yeah, guys, I think that's really gonna be it for me in this video. We already have the first full season already done, and I can hopefully you guys think I did a pretty okay job on sort of creating the team and just letting you guys see, you know, the options we have to trade. We have the 6th pick, a 2nd round pick, and obviously all of our other first round picks that we have. We can definitely bundle them up for, again, anything we can bundle up for. Maybe a disgruntled star, or maybe a young superstar somewhere like De'Aaron Fox, or maybe, some other type of crazy play where we trade up for the #1 pick. Whatever you guys think we should do, even keep cap space to sign someone free agency. We are a Las Vegas team. I'm sure a lot of players would love to play in Las Vegas, so definitely let me know down in the comments what we should do with the draft pick. Should we draft? Should we trade? Should we get a star? Should we just get some more role players? Should we, build through free agency a little bit more? Let me know down in the comments. I probably should have showed you guys a couple of trade options. I probably should have done that. I'll do that from here point on. I'll definitely show you guys more options. But I guess you can just give me a blanket statement on what you guys want me to do with the pick. If I should trade it or keep it, definitely let me know. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video. If you do like the video, make sure to interact down below. Subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again